Hello again, it's Mr. Stewart with another old favorite. This is the original, the classic, the first Skippyjon Jones, created in the imagination of Miss Judy Schachner. She's both the author and the illustrator, and this is Skippyjon Jones. Yes, he's a cat, and there's a bumblebee. On the back we see Skippy in a heart shape, bouncing on his bed, which he loves to do. There are, at least 7 or 8 of these Skippyjon Jones stories, and they have a lot in common. Skippy is a little guy with a huge imagination. One of his favorite things is to go on an imaginary adventure in his closet, where he pretends to be a superhero crime-fighting chihuahua named Skippito Friskito. Skippy knows a little Espanol, a little Spanish. So here's how it begins. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. Can you find him in the picture? These are his neighbors. Looks like a family of raccoons, maybe some squirrels, an owl. This did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered his mama, Junebug Jones. She says, "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Miss Doohiggy's bird bath." Did y'all see Miss Doohiggy's bird bath over here? Yeah. Her lecture went on and on as usual. "You have got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants. You need to think about what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about what it means to be a Siamese cat." And then she added, "Oh, and you better stay out of your closet," as she closed the bedroom door. No, why should he stay out of his closet? What do you think's going on in there? But once he was alone, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. And then he started singing this song. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I bounce on my bed, and 1 in 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth for my gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole," said Skippyjon Jones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. And then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "Ooh, my ears are too big for my head, and my head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a chihuahua." Anybody have a chihuahua? You seen these little dogs? Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword, he climbed onto his mouse. Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a muy soft voice. "Oh, my name is Skippito Friskito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo. El Skippito Friskito." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make some lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered their mama. "Mr. Fluffernutter is in there thinking." Well, in fact, Skippyjon Jones was not thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. Who's he pretending to be? With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. And not long into the journey, a mysterioso band of chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay caramba, who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. Well, we go by the name of Los Chimichangos, growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. Who are you? Me? I am El Skippito, the great sword fighter, said Skippyjon Jones. But then the smallest of the smallest ones spoke up. Hey, why the mosquito, dude? Asked Poquito Tito. Skippy says, I go incognito. Incognito? Pintonito says, hey man, do you like rice and beans? Skippy says, oh, see, I love mice and beans. And then little Rosalita says, you know, he just might be the dog of our dreams. Tia Mia says, perhaps, but only if he knows the secret password. Do you think he knows the secret password? Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's rather large purple ear. He goes, Chupichu! And Don Diego says, bless you. Skippy goes, gracias. And Don Diego says, then it is true. And then the dogs, they broke into a song. It went something like this. Yip, yippee, yippito, it's the end of Alfredo Buzzito. Skippito is here, we have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad bumblebito. Bad bumblebito? Then all of the Chimichangos went crazy loco. First they had a big fiesta, woohoo! And then they took a little siesta. But after waking up, the Chimichangos got down to some serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumblebito for Skippito to see. And then a hush grew over the Chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. The crowd whispered, Alfredo Buzzito, El Blimpo, Bumblebito Bandito. And Paquito Tito says, see, the bandito, he comes and he steals all our frijoles. Skippy was outraged. He steals your beans? See, he continued, red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, and jelly beans too. And now he comes for us, Paquito added. Skippy asked, ¿Por qué? Why? Because we are full of the beans too, senor. And then Don Diego stood tall, and in his most somber voice, he declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Skippy goes, huh? And then his friend says, well, the dude, he just wants his beans back. And you are just the dog for the job. Me? He asked. Yes, you are El Skippito the Friskito, the great sword fighter, no? And then all of the Chimichangos turned toward Skippito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippy had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The Chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippito, it is you, the bandito, will eato, they cried. But Skippy stood his ground. As he did, his legs shimmied and shook, just like the jello, and his teeth chattered, just like castanets. Then, in a muy soft voice, he said, my name is Skippito Friskito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Buzzito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. And Skippy shouted, Holy frijoles! As he thrust his sword into the air. And then suddenly, pop! Went the bandito. He landed on Skippito's sword, and quicker than you can say chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Buzzito, the bumblebito bandito. Then all the doggies burst into another song. Yip, yippee, yippito, Our hero is El Skippito. He's the dog of our dreams. He delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. Anybody have burritos for lunch? Meanwhile, back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room, and as they ran, they heard Bangito, Crashito, Pop-ito, Skippito. They got there just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding with jelly beans and other beans and little stuffed chihuahuas going everywhere, lollipops and candy. What was that thing? Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata stuck on his head. Skippyjon Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in his muy soft voice. Well, Mama Junebug Jones came and lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. Later that night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. And as he bounced, he began to sing this song. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. And then Mama shouted, say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones. So he said, Buenas noches, mis amigos, which means good night, my friends. And then Skippy laid down and went to sleep. The end. And yes, this is the first in a wonderful series of stories about a crazy little cat that thinks he's a chihuahua. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you're finding lots of fun things to look at and read and listen to while you're not in school. And I look forward to seeing everyone in school whenever that happens. Have a great day, friends. Bye-bye.